Obedience can feel like a sacrifice. And so someone responded to my thought on Instagram sharing about the benefit of being obedient being better than sacrifice. But my response to them is the sacrifice, it only feels like a sacrifice because of our attachment to the present moment. We have to accept and understand that we have been attached to the present moment, and that's our comfort zone. When you are being stretched into the person and the being that you so desire, is going to require you to detach from the things that you thought and believed and were committed to understanding. You have to become. And so, in your becoming, you have to undo a lot of things, unlearn a few things, and lean in, right? Leaning in to the newness can feel like you're sacrificing the things that maintain your comfort. So, that's good. We're thinking about our comfort when we understand that the things that are uncomfortable are what make us whole. And so I've been watching my life transform in quantum. And I was explaining to someone when we surrender, we are then controlling our lives. When we understand our will our will being done always in all ways and aligning our will to source and spirit's will, that's when we'll see the things that we so desire to unfold. That's when we'll see the changes happen. That's when we'll see growth happening. That's when we'll see ourselves moving and transitioning into abundance. That's when we'll see new insights and new understandings. That's when we'll see, okay, what I think today impacts my tomorrow. So let me be more diligent. Let me be more intentional. Let me be more focused with my consciousness. Let me be more understanding with my with how I'm thinking or where I'm going to, such to the point that when you think a thought that's not serving you, you are quick to course correct it. You are quick to say, okay, that doesn't serve me. You are quick to say, okay, I that's not in alignment with who I am and who I'm becoming. You'll learn to start regulating your mind. You not just your emotions, two, not just your emotions, but regulating your thoughts, regulating your consciousness, regulating the things that you're going to say yes to and the things that you're going to say no to, because some things that you say no to, you must say yes to, just like some things that you say yes to, you must say no to. Everything is working out for us, always in all ways. Everything is working out in our favor, for our favor. Every single thing. When I wake up and I make this decision, I say I am this Amber Rich book. This morning in my writing, I was like, I really can have it all. Like Kendrick had us out here singing, we can have it all. I can really have it all. And I was explaining it to my husband. I was like, yo, I have to, people are loving from fear of instead of love. That's crazy, right? People love from fear of instead of loving love. I'm doing this because I love myself and because I am in a healthy, loving, thriving, romantic relationship with my right now self. That is how I'm going to move. I'm not going to move in the fears of what could happen. I'm going to move in the faith of what I want. And that's what it means about moving in alignment. And I'm not just talking about just relationships, even with business. Me doing this video right now is because I desire what I want is to connect to my aligned collective. What I want is to speak life into the people that are aligned to me. What I want, what the reality that I'm creating is that we are growing this Rich Life Collective here on YouTube. We're growing the Rich Life Collective in our own personal community. We're growing. And the Rich Life Collective is just a collective of individuals that are owning their lives, governing themselves, deciding. We have all decided what we want for our lives. There's no right or wrong to any of this. Obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice because what we think is the sacrifice is what's going to keep us attached and stagnated. What we must sacrifice is our comfort. What we must sacrifice is the present moment, because the present moment isn't our next moment, but what we do in these present moments matter. Long gone are the days where we're going to be making excuses. Long gone are the days where we're going to be patty caking and patronizing ourselves. Long gone are the days. You get to live wholly, fully, boldly, and effortlessly. Life, yeah, it's challenging. It's going to come with its challenges. That's what it's here. Like we're that it's the process of ascension. The process of ascension is evolution. Evolving requires change. Change comes with discomfort. And so when we lean into the discomfort, we realize that we are in the process of creating. When we lean into the discomfort, we realize that we are in the process of becoming. And then we see the signs, we see the confirmations everywhere around us. You can have it all in all aspects of your life. And having it all is not going to look like what having it all for me looks like. What having it all for you is going to look different. What having it all for the next person is going to look different. What having it all for the is going to look different. Why? Because we're individuals. And being individuals, we have to own our our own individualized path. We're all these little beings whose, our circle of influence just overlaps with each other, overlaps with each other, overlaps with each other, overlaps with each other. Where, back in the day, the jump rope, call it double dutch, or jump, or what do you call it? I know we called it double dutch, but we called it something else too, but whatever. You got your world going, and then you have the world going. So you have your world going, and then you have the world going. And so it just flows seamlessly. And it's when you jump in and then your foot hit that rope, that's an inconvenience. That's a circumstance. And the goal is to get the ropes back turning again and jump back in. And your foot's going to hit that rope. You're not going to keep jumping forever. Some of us can jump longer than others. Some of us can't jump as long. But the goal is to keep the ropes going, to get them back going, to get them back going. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. We're whole. I created, the Rich Life Digital Library. So all these things, these thoughts, these concepts, these principles, I'm putting them out there for y'all. I'm putting them out there for the Rich Life Collective. And so as I'm building, eventually the library is only going to be available for, you know, the Rich Life Collective as we're building. And it's going to be a closed library. It's going to be a private library. So we're building, we're on the road, we're growing our YouTube. Thank you so much to each of you who have subscribed to my channel. I don't take that lightly. I do not take that lightly. I'm very humbled. I'm very grateful, because this is a responsibility. The things that I'm sharing with you are a responsibility. In order for me to share the things that I'm sharing with you, I live them. I embody them. I have the very experiences. Even in this now moment, I am having an experience where spirit is holding this mirror up to my face, and it's like, damn, this is a real test. And I'm really like, okay, it's an open book test. You know the answers to the test. So it's like, okay, what you going to? You going to do this or you going to do this? You can't do this, and there's no problem with you doing this, but what's the benefit of doing this? Okay, if we're becoming a new person, we're going to choose this. We're going to go over here. We're going to think this. Are you thinking in alignment with your desires? Are you thinking in alignment with who you are and who you're becoming? This is a message, y'all. And we are in this now moment. We are in the are you doing what you gotta do? The rule in my house for my little people is do what you know to do so you can do what you want to do. Do what you know to do so you can do what you want to do. Do what you know to do so you can do what you want to do. Even now, when I'm telling y'all today to think about tomorrow, y'all was telling my seventh grader, uh, I was like, when she was a baby, y'all, I ain't have shit when I was younger. And I was holding her and I was like, I remember, I remember laying on the floor because I didn't have a bed at the time, y'all. I didn't have a bed at the time. And I was laying on the floor and I was holding this little baby and I said, Mommy's gonna have money and I'm gonna say no to you. I'm gonna always say yes to you. And the only time I'll say no to you is because you didn't earn something. I'll never have to say no to you because I didn't, because I don't have it. I'll only have to say no if you don't earn it. And I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, I'm living in that. I'm living in that. And I was like, does mommy ever say no to you because mommy doesn't have the money? She's like, no. I said, mommy only ever says no when you don't earn something. So for me, I'm living in a 21-year-old mind right now. If I'm going back and I'm going back in time, I am this 21-year-old young lady who's scared. She just gave birth, she just gave life, and she's like, what is happening to her? What is happening to me? But she knew, in order for me to take care of this girl, I gotta have money. I gotta do something. I gotta figure this out. And today I'm in that. And so even when I was explaining to someone being a solo mom, that shit's hard. Having a children's father and an ex-husband that just is, he's like, fuck no, it's hard. So it caused me to, I'm carrying the full load of steering and being a steward over these blessings, these three little angels. And it can be challenging, but a good book says, be not weary in well doing. Don't be weary in your well doing. Don't be weary in your well doing. Don't be weary in your well doing. And it gets frustrating. It becomes a lot, and you do get to step away. But you also have to remember that when you own your, I told somebody, I said, this was the bed that I made and I got to lay in it. So I ain't mad about it. What do I have to do? I got to put the best sheets on there. I got to put the sheets with the highest thread count on there. I got to put the softest comforter on there. I got to put the most fluffiest and memory foam pillows on there. I have to have the most beautiful duvet. I have to have the most vibrant colors. Yeah, you can have a bed that you got to lay in, but you can also make that bed how you want to make that bed. You can also decorate that bed how you need to decorate it. You can also upgrade it. You don't got to sleep on a low grade mattress. You get to sleep in a $10,000 mattress. You you lay in the bed that you make. You get to own the bed that you make. So yeah, yeah. To see that I'm living in the manifestation now, I'm thinking about this now moment and the me that I'm becoming, I'm going to be like, yeah, I was in a car one time after I dropped my daughter off and I had made a YouTube video and I was talking about this very moment and I knew that I was becoming, I knew that I was transforming, I knew that I was thinking different, I knew that my life was changing. And I recorded a video about it and I was telling other people who were going through their evolution and their ascension process that this is what's happening. And so even with my daughter, I told her something and she was like, well, how did you know that I wanted to? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you who I am. Y'all are powerful. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Be sure to tap into the Rich Life Digital Library, Meaningful Conversations podcast. I'm going to start bringing on guests. I'm going to start bringing on guests. It's time. That's my strength. I'm going to start bringing on guests, y'all. So be on the lookout for that. Join the email list at arichbook.com. Um, Connect with me on all social media platforms at a.richbook. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I have I just give thanks, yo. I just give thanks. 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 Ascension. Ascension is the separation process. That's the digital download. It's only $3.33. And that's what my spirit like, y'all. It's just an energy exchange. It's just an energy exchange. Think of it. This little seed, this little seed, this little seed, this little seed. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a video on wealth. I'm going to do a video on wealth, consciousness, energy. If y'all think y'all want that, let me know. But I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. This is so, I'm like, damn, do I have more? I'm like, do I have more to get? But it's just the energy. So I'm just giving this to y'all. I'm just giving this to y'all. I'm just giving this to y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm giving it to y'all. If you're still here watching this video right now, stay with me. Stay with me. Close your eyes. Feel me right now. Whew. Feel me right now. I'm touching and agreeing with you. it's all working out in your favor. If you're still watching this video right now, it's all working out in your favor. If you're still tapped in with me right now, it's all working out in your favor. You can have it all. You can have it all. May healing be yours. May wholeness be yours. May completion be yours. May abundance be yours. May prosperity be yours. May healthy, loving, thriving romantic relationships be yours. May healthy, loving, thriving relationship with self be yours. May healthy, loving, thriving friendships be yours. May healthy, loving family experiences be yours. May it all 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 be yours. Your will be done always in all ways, easily, effortlessly, and comfortably. Now, I love y'all. 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 Let me get off here before I start talking in tongues, speaking in tongues, and prophesying to y'all. Y'all, I love you.